They are introducing the entire squad. Bart Hosteller from Strasburg wears his 00 as he did during the season. Lucas Fox representing New Philadelphia. Fox 6'1". These are all seniors, of course, playing their last high school game unless they're involved in some other all-star games. Andy Wright from Newcomerstown averaged 17 points a game. Jeremy Fleming from Riverview, 6'4", averaged 14. Bart Hosteller was at 14. Lucas Fox at 10 points a game. Brennan Clark from Claymont averaged 14 and 6 rebounds for the Mustangs. Starting lineup for the West. Chris Miller from Highland, saw him plenty of times in tournament action and earlier in the year. 17 points a game, 4 rebounds for the Hawks. Nick Akins, a very zoned-in shooter, 6'1", 20 points a game for West Home. John Regula from the state runner-up Garaway Pirates averaged 13 points on the regular season, 5 rebounds. Josh McCoy, high scoring from Coshocton at 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5'10". And Tyler Renner, all Ohio, in addition to this honor, 6'6", 21 points a game, 8 rebounds. Would be a dream team for any coach.
It certainly would, Tim.
And the coaches would be Scott Pringle. Congratulations to him, of course, on an outstanding year at West Home. And Tom Hilgenberg from Coshocton. For the East, Caleb Meyer, 6 foot from Edison at 16 points a game, 9 rebounds. From Malvern, Mike Solvey, 15 points a game, 6'2". From Sandy Valley, 5'9" and 13 points a game, Kevin Elkins. Familiar to IVC spectators. Number 25 is Anthony Antonucci, 6'1", 8 points a game. Number 35 is Jared Mike, 21 points a game, 15 rebounds at 6'7".
15 rebounds?
What it says. John Michael Ray from Steubenville, saw him against Dover in the tournaments, of course, 14 points a game and 5 rebounds. Dustin Lucas at 6'2", at 12 points a game and 5 rebounds for the Warriors. From Steubenville Catholic Central, Frank Petrola, 6'2", 18 points a game and 5 rebounds. And Derek Smith, 6'6". Beaver Local, saw him in action, 17 points a game, 10 rebounds. And Roosevelt Kirby from East Liverpool, of course, played against West Holmes in coverage here, 14 points a game, 10 rebounds for Coach Mike Selderbeck from Beaver Local and Mickey Adams from Toronto. These, again, the coaches in their respective divisions as honored by the coaches.
Yeah, and I see our public address announcer tonight is Indian Valley Athletic Director Bill Love. His voice is ringing like Ernie Harwell in my ears, Moose. I don't know.
Well,
officials
a new
tonight.
role.
Yeah, officials tonight, real quick. Jim Proddy from Tiltonsville will be our head official. Don Cash from Bridgeport and Butch Mickenmeyer from Wheeling, the third.
We can mention, I think, at this point that since we don't carry the entire halftime ceremonies, when they'll honor everybody, give out all the awards, that Jim Proddy is the official being honored on the boys' side this year.
Worked a lot of years in this area and excellent official, real good official.
Well, I think, Tim, you mentioned is the East, the players we know best are in blue, or excuse me, are in blue. In the West, the team we know best is in red.
I hope you can get that straight. It's tough
yeah.
when they're just red and blue, and it's a real tough thing.
Well,
but the ball is popped in very quickly by Chris Miller from Highland. The numbers also are only on the back of the jerseys. You'll figure that out in a hurry, too.
Well, as you mentioned, of course, both teams are going to play a man-to-man. It's always interesting to me in all-star games to see how they mesh offensively. As Roger said, if anybody wants to pass.
I'm excited to see Regula and Renner be allowed to run the court. I think this is going to be fun.
Well, we saw something pretty familiar. Chris Miller pop a jumper in right at the start of the game. He's handling the ball right now.
Akins from West Holmes and Regula from Garaway. Well, it looks like this team could shoot as high a percentage as Garaway to start things off. Of course, they, with a little bit of a controlled game, shot an exceptionally high percentage throughout the entire season. 4-0. and stolen by Akins.
How about the tournament run he had? He was on fire in the tournament.
Scored over 20 points, I think, in 3 of the 4 tournament games.
I do believe you're correct.
6:55 opening quarter, 4-0. Favor the West.
Not a whole lot of checking out going on early.
No,
Certainly, the big guys are distributed back and forth. It's just a matter of when they're in the game, because there's 6-7 here, there's 6-6 there. As Regula looks inside, playing tough inside McCoy from Coshocton, but it's taken the other way. John Michael Ray floats it up. Regula on the rebound. To the West.
Oh, boy.
Chris Miller loops it up. First 2 points.
A quick 7-0 lead for the West squad. Those in red, I think I got it right that time.
You did. Inside. Could be the first 2 to drop. It does for Roosevelt Kirby at 6'4" from East Liverpool.
They're pretty much ignoring those press rules, aren't they?
Yeah, just, well, you know.
Falling right back into that man-to-man.
You know, and I do think these games are nice because it does allow guys, especially like a John Regula or you see a Nick Akins here, showcase some of the talents that maybe they didn't get to show during the year.
Chris Miller knocked that ball loose. McCoy tried to get it back from Coshocton as the East will bring it down. And, of course, in addition to showcasing the talent for all of the fans in the area, a few people from some colleges come in here and get another look, and some of the players that maybe haven't decided whether to play or not hope to have an outstanding performance.
You know, Tim, I've been coming to this game for a number of years, and this is an outstanding crowd tonight. I mean, this is wonderful.
And considering the weather that we had on the day of these games, Renner in close. Keeps his high percentage shooting right up there.
What a nice touch.
How about the game he had in the state semifinals? I mean, he was, people all around the state are talking about this young man.
Just a couple of points from the record in the division as the missed shot by Kirby. West leads 9-2 if you just joined us. Chris Miller. The players will play 4 minutes in the first quarter, then they will split as McCoy from the corner.
12-2.
A good start and a timeout quickly called at the 4:40
pointers.
So the East with the first timeout is Felderbeck and Adams try to get something going on offense for their squad. Missed. Cleared. Coming the other way after Derek Smith's missed shot. No holding back on that from Chris Miller.
Well, that's the kind of stuff we saw during the season. How he can just so quickly just slash right to the basket, and you saw the body control going up in the air.
I tell you, he was probably the most improved player I thought this year. I really thought Chris Miller from last year to this year he was a showstopper.
He was.
He was a big-time player.
He was our player of the game, of course, a couple of times through the season, and we will be honoring the 2 as picked by the media here as our Torelli Video Player of the Game. They will pick one from each squad. So 13-2, and the crowd approves. Tyler Renner, good look on the block. .416, first quarter.
Well, the East squad here in blue, 1 for 6. There's a 3.
John Michael Ray from Steubenville connects 13-5 after it was 7-0. A couple of 7 then 6 points straight. McCoy hooks it out. Too short. Going the other way.
Nice take.
Nice move by Frank Petrola.
Used the body well, protected the ball.
So the Steubenville connections there. Steubenville Catholic Central Petrola and John Michael Ray from Steubenville, the last 2 baskets. 13-7. West actually coming up on the short end of a shot. Akins missed it from West Holmes. And then Regula reaches on the fast break going the other way.
Wholesale substitutions coming.
They are, and here they come.
Well, if it was starters versus starters, 13-7, the West leading with 3:32 to go. first quarter.
You know, one of the guys I'm excited to see is Jared Mike from Wellsville. Of course, the Division IV Player of the Year for District 5. I didn't get to see him play all year, so I'm excited to see his game tonight.
Shot up on the run by Kevin Elkins from Sandy Valley. He kind of, I don't know, how does that fit into the scheme of things here? The West is all of our area teams, but I guess Sandy Valley sits enough the other direction that they placed him in the East.
I don't know how they break these down, to be truthfully honest with you. I know some years it leaves for great games, and other years you get some bad, especially like with the football game. You know, some years you get some real door kickers, and other years you get somebody kicked.
Well, Elkins misses them both at 5'9", shortest player on the floor, but as you say, don't sell him short. Outstanding player to earn the honors here. And stolen, in close, put up. Nice move by Jeremy Fleming from Riverview at 6'4".
I bet Coach Frank Poulin taught him that move.
Yep.
Frank looking on here, talked to him earlier. 3:13 first quarter, 13-7. The West and Fleming for a three-point play. Tipped by Bart Hosteller, then comes.
I think it should be 15, yeah. It is.
Very good, they heard that. Missed shot by Caleb Meyer from Edison, but the East will get another opportunity. A little bit too tight on the defense.
Needless to say, we probably won't have anybody foul out tonight.
No. Not going to call them too tight. The obvious ones, yes. 2:59 opening quarter. Elkins guides things on top. Coaches don't have to do a lot of coaching. They put it in gear if it's close down the stretch. And of course, if you get a cold spell. Third opportunity put up and in by Anthony Antonucci from Toronto. Of course, the team that Highland put out of play. Well, Antonucci with two quick ones. It's 15-11.
Yeah, the East squad making a little run here. The West has committed 2 straight turnovers.
There we go, into the post.
It was 15-5 as that one is put in by Fleming, his second basket in this second group of starters, we'll say, in this all-star game. Antonucci had an opportunity. Shot by Solvey from Malvern.
There we go, run the floor, baby.
Yeah.
Play down, bang. Too strong, but rebounded. Up and in by Andy Wright from Newcomerstown.
Well, it looks like the second squads here really want to get up and down the court a little bit.
19-11 as 6 players for the West have scored.
Feel like I'm watching Paul Westhead basketball here.
Jared Mike just missed it.
That's in his range. There's no doubt about that.
Missed shot by Wright and a rare foul at a minute 26. Each team with 3 of them.
Hey, how about the year Tuscarawas County schools, and now including Holmes County, because we covered that. How about the year they had this year? I mean, we had some teams make some runs.
Fleming looks like he was going to get his own rebound. Exactly it. We pick up Holmes County this year and follow West Holmes and Highland right down the road.
Hello.
You wanted it.
Honey, dinner's on the table.
Jared Mike marked with a D for dunk. 19-13. Best shot by Brennan Clark from Claymont, and these teams are, as you say.
There it is.
Some of these guys must run track.
Look at that. He's the only guy down there because everybody else is at the other end.
I'll tell you what, somebody had their arms over somebody's shoulders there. It wasn't over the back. I thought it was they were trying to build a pyramid.
Jared Mike at 6'7", but the reach, my goodness. I wonder if he can touch the rim from the floor with those long arms. Nice defense, Antonucci from Toronto. Oh, and look how he controls the ball, flips it over. They wanted to do it. Mike was across the way.
Oh, now, yeah. They're loosening up a little.
And the East has turned this thing around. It's 19-13. There's Mike.
Oh,
just out of position, going the wrong direction, which means backwards. Suddenly the pace has passed us by.
Hey,
Well,
Renner and Regular over there saying, what are they doing? Tell them to slow down.
Antonucci has it blocked by Bart Hosteller from Strasburg. And no, the first quarter. An almost spectacular end. 19-13, the West leads. 19-13, the West leads. And I'm not sure if we've gone back to the original 5 or if we're going to see a mixed up match out here. But suddenly Caleb Miller hits the 3, and it's 19-16.
Yeah, Tim. And Tim and Roger, look at this. The West squad 8 for 19 with 2 threes. The East squad 6 for 19 with 1 3. Now that's 19 shots.
And Akins will get a 4-point chance as he hits the 3-point from the corner.
The West squad 1 for 3 from the free throw line. The East squad in blue 0 for 2, but 19 shots for each team. And my scoring gave the East squad more creativity points.
Akins misses the shot, so he doesn't convert the rare 4-point play. But he got fouled in tournaments. He got fouled a couple times behind the 3-point line, if I'm correct. But that case, he got the 3. It's 22-16. Here's the West and Chris Miller.
Little flat on the shot there, and the 12th rebound. Oh, look at this.
Jared Mike Regula the block from Garraway on Mike Solvey from Malvern.
Well, it didn't take the squad long to loosen up.
What a pass from Mike. Where did he pass that from? About 2 feet over midcourt?
Yeah, that was a long bounce pass.
Fantastic. He's got the ball again. You're right. I haven't seen him either. He looks like he plays about any place.
That's the third block.
That's Renner. He comes out to the top of the circle to do that. Flipped inside, then he just backs up and steals it. 3 on 2.
Leading the break. I like that.
McCoy, right side. Antonucci's played a nice game from Toronto.
Yes, he has.
Oh, Chris Miller makes sure he doesn't make it.
Thought he was going for the three-pointer. I will say this, in warm-ups as we were watching both teams, I gave the East squad, they were attempting many more dunks in warm-ups and the lob dunks and the dunks off the glass. They were trying a lot more of that stuff than the East squad.
Kevin Elkins from Sandy Valley to shoot. Missed his first 2, but makes this one. 22-17, wholesale substitution -1. And Elkins can count his time. He's coming out when he shoots this one.
How about a team you don't want to see when it comes tournament time? Sandy Valley, 2 years in a row, big wins in the sectional. Huge wins.
Nice program here if you get to come to this thing, or never have. Outstanding information on every player, pictures, tell about their seasons, talk about if they have future plans, and so on. Elkins is out, so the next 5 in for the East, 22-18. McCoy has all kinds of choices. Got Renner clear on the far corner as Akins misses. Regula by himself.
Good offensive rebound.
Of course, the East squad's going to say Garraway's players have an edge because they've been playing so much longer.
Yeah.
24-18, Chris Miller, the steal down to Akins.
Nice.
And to Renner.
Nice pass by Akins.
Nice team play.
You know, with all our joking about all-stars and maybe not seeing too many passes, I think we've already seen some really sharp passing.
You know, that is one thing I will say about the LeBron James effect that I think has been great for the high school game. He draws so much attention for his ability to pass. And, of course, other young kids see that, emulate it, and I think it has really helped the game big time.
26, well, make it 26-21. I got to see who made it for sure here. Right here. 23, Dustin Lucas. Oh, Renner going too fast for me.
Yeah.
And Renner with 2 more. He has a quick 8. He missed the 1 foul shot. It's 28-21.
Oh.
Kirby, and I think flips it away.
That was a 3.
Yeah. That young man can play. We saw him foul out early against Dover down in the district or in the sectionals, but he's got a lot of game.
Derek Smith, 28-24. Chris Miller Boy, the pace is picking up here.
Well, the East squad has 3 threes in this quarter alone. There's still 5 minutes to go.
30-24. And around. Now Michael Ray misses, but they get a second opportunity, maybe a third. They will get the ball back. 30-24, 5:01 second quarter. You're watching the District 5 All-Star Game on Channel 2. And you said it, the threes have picked up in the second quarter.
The East squad, 3 threes here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Tyler Renner took the easy layup. If you're going to make it, you're going to have to power it home, and he didn't. So Roosevelt Kirby will shoot 2.
Well, getting back to your point there, Roger, about passing, I couldn't agree more. I think, everybody emulates somebody at the next level. High school to college, college to pros, and that's exactly what they see. They see somebody well-known, famous, making passes, and they start making passes.
Driving a Hummer and
that too.
Wearing throwback jerseys.
Well, and he's been compared to Magic Johnson before, but that's exactly what Magic Johnson and Larry Bird did way back when for another generation.
I thought one of the guys the other night put it well. Right now, you can compare him to Magic Johnson if you compare him to Magic Johnson at age 17, 18. Don't try to compare him to Magic Johnson at age 30 right now. You might get an argument.
Chris Miller, and something, Roger, we've talked about before, is the excitement of the game is something LeBron looks like he's going to miss, because college basketball and high school basketball, especially at tournament time, until you get to playoffs, that's a drudge through the NBA. And Chris Miller here makes it 30-25, but he's going to miss that.
Oh, good point, Timmy. You know what it is? It's a job. When you get to the NBA, it's a job. When you start playing 4 or 5 nights a week, traveling city to city, it's a job, and it's going to take its toll. And, I'm not going to argue whether he's ready or not, but the beauty, and I agree with you, this past weekend down at state tournament, great crowds every session.
Yeah.
You watch the NCAA tournament, and I do agree. I think you miss something when you don't take advantage of those college years.
Well, the pro season is about 3 high school seasons. 82 games. It's
I was
4 seasons. You don't have a good.
I was happy to see Tyler Renner decide to go play college baseball, not just sign with the minor league team and jump into the pros right there. I think that's a great decision on his part.
Lucas Fox from New Philadelphia misses the outside shot. It's 30-25 here. The West maintaining a lead. East certainly attacking at the given moments to stay very close.
Yeah, we're getting rebounds and turnovers and all kind of shot attempts.
We got that volatile group in again now for the West.
Well, and again, to prove the point that we're talking about,
Frank Petrola.
The crowds are oohing and on at the passes that are being made.
30-28.
You'll say they went over top of the backboard.
Andy Wright Smith shot from Newcomerstown. So it's a 2-point game.
4 threes for the East squad.
Oh, is it going to go? Just missed by Kirby. And the other way, the missed shot by Fox. The blue has...
Oh, my.
Good pick by Bart Hosteller. Got all kinds of people.
Nice pass, Bart.
Yeah,
hey, there's a kid I'm going to be sad to see graduate. Bart Hosteller. Talk about a classic kid, and you talk about a winner in every sport.
Jeremy Fleming was the recipient of the assist from 00 Hosteller. And now Lucas Fox. And underneath. The blue can go the other way.
And there's
Bart Hosteller just
right on the ball.
Laid back there and
watched.
watched.
Nice pass.
Let's share the wealth.
Boy, was that sweet.
Brennan Clark from Claymont, his first 2. It's 34-28. West back.
Stand here, I'll be back.
Outstanding from Roosevelt Kirby from East Liverpool, 34-30. They're just warming up. It's the first half, 2:43. Won't drop for Fleming.
I tell you, the East is all over the boards. They're only giving the West 1 shot.
Foul call on Lucas Fox from New Philadelphia, and that gives an opportunity for the East squad to transform to 5 different players.
Now, go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to say they've done that more than the West as a unit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say number 25, Mike Romey. When he was in before, I think he kind of lit the fans up a little bit with some good passing and.
That's Antonucci. I didn't correct that with you before the game. Romey from Toronto was injured, I believe, in baseball.
Oh, okay.
And so his teammate, Antonucci, making the most of the effort.
He sure is.
Also being a part of the District 5 selections on one category or the other.
Lucas Fox with the big jumper.
With a 3.
Hits his first and makes it a 3. 37-30. What's he going to do?
Pass.
Loops it inside. Antonucci, the shorter man, gets the ball back.
Oh, it's good if it goes.
Jared Mike.
Hey, I don't know, you guys saw as many games as I did this year. I seriously think when Fox hurt the ankle early in the year, I think that really hurt Philly.
Yeah.
They were playing extremely good basketball, and I just think that discombobulated them, and those high ankle sprains they're deadly. I mean, they take forever to recover from, and I don't think either Lucas or the team ever quite got that momentum back.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Not at all. 3-point lead as Mike converts the 3-point play. Fox again.
Because he's shooting it tonight pretty well.
Mike looking the floor over. You can just sense it. Flips it in the corner.
Oh, nice first step.
Nice defense from behind by Fox. Pass from Hosteller ahead. Loop. Fox has to give it back before he goes out of bounds. 1:18 first half. Bart Hosteller for 3. In and out. Good offensive board, and it won't fall for Jeremy Fleming, who has 6. Tyler Renner with 8 leads the West in scoring, as he and others from the West squad taking a rest.
Hey, we want to send our congratulations out to Jack Van Reeth, inducted into the Hall of Fame last night, or depending on when this is airing, a couple nights ago. Congratulations to an excellent basketball coach.
On many different fronts, from Dresden to West Holmes to Strasburg. 38-33. Where's it going?
That's a little bit of that continuity you talk about in these games.
They've done so many things well. You know, they did a give and go earlier, and
I ain't seen much of the flex in this game, Don.
No, this is
from the corner. Bart Hosteller across the top. Mike gets the rebound. The East, looking to break a drought. Not much of one. 38-33, 40 seconds to go in the half, as Elkins missed it. Fox baseline has everybody there. Bart Hosteller rebounds. Mike gets it out at 27 seconds. Oh, behind the back, Antonucci draws the foul. He'll get 2 shots, 22 seconds. First half.
Well, we've seen some great passes by that East squad. West, we've seen some awfully good shooting from the perimeter.
A lot of athletic ability as well as just good old basketball savvy and talent.
I could have won a couple games with these guys.
And not have been in the court with them, probably, huh?
Yeah.
Watching the college games at home.
Yeah.
Antonucci makes them both 38-35. He was a good alternate. That's what they're calling him, but certainly, again, earned honors in the District 5. 14 seconds. Around the horn, Fox. Just off by an eyelash, 6.4 seconds. 38-35. Could have a tie at halftime if the East can put one in from behind one of several lines that are back far enough. Well, almost the dunk to perfection on the feed. As it is, 38-35, outstanding and quick first half District 5 action. You're watching it on Channel 2. It's the West by 3 at the intermission.
they haven't done probably anything basketball related.
You know what? You're right. Just because the tournament ended a week ago, you're right. Most squads ended their season, unfortunately, long before that.
West comes out with Renner, Regula, McCoy, Miller, and Akins. And the East is going to counter with Jared Mike, also Anthony Antonucci, Kevin Elkins, and Caleb Meyer also out there. And I'll check the last one for you as soon as we see a number. That's number 14, Mike Sulvey from Malvern. And I think we've got Tim all set up there on the sidelines, and he's got one of our coaches with us here in the first half.
Coach Scott Pringle from West Holmes heading this crew up on the west side. And Coach, we talked about, you got one more time to coach one of your favorite players, but this is going to be a dream for you.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you got a lot of kids here that they're being rewarded by the District 5 coaches, and we told them in practice that they've been voted by the District 5 coaches. It's an honor, and you know, just go out there and have fun.
Now, the East is doing a little more of this alley-oop stuff. You going to work on that the second half?
We're just out there trying to run the floor, you know, hit some shots. We're not worried about the alley-oop. We're just trying to put the ball in the bucket. So.
And how much time did you have to prepare all this?
Well, we had one practice this week. You know, pretty much get the guys familiar with each other, get a few out-of-bounds plays in, and that's pretty much it.
Hey, congratulations on your honors. Have fun here, and if you win, you win, and I'm sure you still want to do that.
That's right.
Coach Scott Pringle, going to get him back on the bench.
Okay, Tim, and that looked pretty nice, Don. Did you ever get to do an interview in the middle of a game when you coached?
No. No, I didn't. They probably thought maybe I should have, but but I didn't. No,
The West has come out early
Yeah,
in this half, Don, and they're running the floor, aren't they?
a 6-0 run right now, building the lead 44-35, and 3 different players have hit a bucket.
That one by Solvey from Malvern doesn't go, and Akins in the right spot. He's going to take it in, tries to dump it off.
Maybe took it too far, but a little late to coach on this season anyhow.
Solvey going to try the 3 again, and that rim no good, and McCoy will clear.
I've noticed that neither team seems to be hitting the boards like they did in the first half.
Well, and as we said, is a nice move there by Akins with the jumper. Knocks that down, but also too, Don, the legs of the conditioning probably is going a little bit too. Because that is Mike with the jumper over Tyler Renner, and as I said, he was one of the guys I was excited to see. I'd heard a lot about him, never saw him.
Well, I thought he showed well the first half. Boy, there's a nice pick.
Leaving a little lingerie around. Oh, and then Regula with the block, but Antonucci right there to put it in. 46-39, the West on top is worth the 5-minute mark of period number 3. Closing out basketball coverage. It's always a sad time of year for me, Don.
Well, I know, and but what a great time of year too. It's that. I mean, talk about finishing with a flourish, and basketball always does because the tournament is so exciting.
We've got our man on the spot, Tim Stavanis again, and this time he's got Bart Hostetler from Strongfoot.
Tell Bart we said hello.
And actually, we got him in some man area down there. I don't know. He's in there. He's going to be talking, but we ain't going to be hearing. But that's okay. We'll get back to it later. And right now, the ball gets thrown away again for the West, and now we'll get wholesale substitutions as the second 5 for the East comes in.
Well, we had 6 different individual scorers. So everybody's taking their turns. You know, I'm happy. I'm always happy to see that in an all-star game when you see passing and a little bit of teamwork. That's the hardest thing to develop.
Oh, they were going for the lob to Kirby, and he just couldn't get it down. Head jumper there. Lucas doesn't get it to go. Nice offensive rebound, though, and put back by Frank Petrola of Steubenville Catholic Central. And now the Red wholesale substitutions report to the table. Regula from deep.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Don. If John Regula plays at any other school, He probably averages, what, about 25 a game? I mean, he's that good of a skilled player. I mean, he sacrificed a lot of himself to make Garaway a great team.
I thought he was the ultimate complement player on that team. I mean, he was. I referred to him a couple times that being a quiet player. You never saw him, and at the end of the game, he had a half a dozen rebounds, a dozen points, and you didn't even notice it.
And you know something else, he could lock you up defensively as Clark knocks that jumper down.
That was a 3, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
52-41, the West lead, as they're blowing it open here a little bit.
And they're spreading the wealth, too. They've had half a dozen people score.
Andy Wright with the jumper. He made a few of those for Coach Chad Little and the Trojans. That one's turned over. Wright's got it. He's 1-on-2, but it doesn't matter in this game.
No, and here they're coming back. Fix the headband and dribble.
A little bit of slap there. Gotta get the cloth out of the eyes.
No, he didn't miss a stride.
Kirby going to take the 3. Doesn't go for him.
West doing a good job on the boards. They're giving the East one shot and out.
Don, we saw a lot of games this year. Things that you remember that stick out in your mind from the season?
Well, you know, I think getting a chance to see Garaway, of course, and Highland had to be the highlights, because how many times are you going to see a team put together the way Garaway was this year, the role they were on, the winning streak they had. I thought it was very impressive. I thought it was very impressive, the teamwork. You mentioned the regular, but I think the whole team. And Renner, what an outstanding individual. I don't know that I've seen a post player get the ball and be able just to have the sense of the whole game that he had when he had the ball in the post, being aware of his teammates. No, he was always double, triple teamed. What an individual. I thought that was very impressive.
Jeremy Fleming from Riverview at the free throw line. Get a good look at him there. Misses the first one, 54-41, the West lead, 2.5 to play in the third period. Of course, this event sponsored by the coaches, District 5 coaches. They have been doing it for quite some time. In fact, I believe this is the 26th year for the game. As they throw it up to Kirby, he doesn't get it. Hostetler will lead the break.
Yeah, it's fun to see the athleticism, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Wright's 3 doesn't go, and here comes the East on the counter, and they're going to throw it up. Kirby's got it all. Look at that, kick it out. And John Michael Ray almost gets it to go.
6 points for the East is second half. West is, for the West, the East is pulled away. 55-41, 2 minutes to go. Roger, how about you? Let me throw the question back at you. I mentioned the Pirates. Some highlights. You went on the tournament trail a little deeper than I did, certainly, but go ahead.
Oh, as Fox just makes a little change there for Ray. Ray will give up the foul. Don, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Number one, I thought Renner was fabulous. I've been an IVC, went to school in the IVC, coached in the IVC. He's probably, in my eyes, the best player to come out of Garaway High School, and I just thought he was not only a great player, but a classy individual.
Oh, I know.
And I thought the job Scott Bardall did with them was fabulous. I also thought the job Bob Von Kennel did this year was outstanding. He really didn't have offensive threats other than Jeremy Adey, and I thought they overcame, and I thought by the end of the year, Hall, Feller, those guys were really playing some good basketball, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised when Bobby wins 15, 16 games a year, because he does it year in and year out, but I guess those two things stuck out to me.
Well, you know what? You're right. You're right about Bob. He's won, I think, with every kind of squad you can win with.
Now, and here we go. Roosevelt going to give, I thought he'd give us a little pastry. And we got Tim Stavanis on the sideline with Tyler Renner. Go ahead, Tim. Okay, the microphone still is not working. Oh, my. Nice pass over the shoulder to Ray, and Ray gives him the assist, and you see Tim there talking with Tyler. I'll tell you, down at State, Don, and I know you got to watch the game on TV, but late in the game against Columbus Reading, Tyler fouled a kid, and just, they needed to foul at the end. He fouled him pretty good and hard. Yeah. And, when you're a couple minutes left of the game, you're trailing, the tension gets high and everything. He fouled the kid hard, and he made sure he went over and told, check to see if the kid was okay. He's just a classy individual.
Oh, yeah. Well, you talk about you talked about John Regula that could have scored more. Tyler Renner, I think in other circumstances could have very easily averaged between 25 and 30 a game.
But how fortunate are we? We get to see so many teams and so many good players, and there's one right there, Derek Smith from Beaver Local, that will stay with the East, but he's had himself a nice year as well. Followed Beaver Local, try to see teams you might see in the tournaments, and they were one of them we kind of knew about. Once again, another nice defensive play by Jeremy Fleming from Riverview. And Andy Wright gets it in the air, goes halfway down and out. Tipped away, Lucas Fox. He'll be tipped out of bounds and stay with the West.
Coming out this third quarter, the West squad just looked a little sharper, Roger, just both with the passing and particularly on the boards. Building a 3-point lead now to 16.
15 seconds left in the corner.
Oh,
Drop
nice.
Down. Kick back out, Bart Hostetler, 3 in the air, doesn't go for him. East clears it with 5. Hostetler steals it away. 3 on the clock, 2. 1 second, and we won't get anything. 3 quarters in the books here at the District 5 All-Star Game, 61-45, the West on top. Welcome back to the reservation in Jeanette-Hutton, where the District 5 All-Star Game is headed for the final 8 minutes, with the West on top, 61-45. As we said, these seniors playing their last high school basketball action here. And they're going to get a quick run out here. Miller with it. He'll stop. He'll take the 3. Renner with a... How about those hands?
Yep.
We talked about those a few times this year.
Boy, I tell you. Third quarter, Roger, points. It was a 21-10. The West squad outscored the East, building that 3-point lead. It is now 61-45 as we as Renner hits a free throw to start to open the fourth and final quarter. 62-45. Hits them both.
(63-45).
Elkins hits the basket. East squad scored 10 points. We had 5 different individuals hit a basket in the quarter for them. On the other hand, the West squad, John Regula's 5 points led a very balanced scoring attack when they scored 21 points. Adkins hits the third straight free throw for the West squad, 64-47. 4 for 4 from the line. And he's going to go for the trifecta. Got it. 5 free throws, 66-47 as the West has a nice
19.
There you go.
That's why you didn't do well on that SAT.
I scored 34 too, but I took it 4 times.
Tim Stavina's joined us back up the top here, and got a chance to chit-chat with a couple guys down there.
Well, yes, I did. Even though the technology of electronics failed me, I wanted to talk to the 2 Garaway players just to see, here they are jumping right back into basketball. Tyler Renner, who did, by the way, have a little bit of a back injury, but he said it's almost non-existent. But the coaches gave the guys a week off before they do anything else, and so you won't see Tyler's name on the box score from baseball probably for 4 or 5 days, he said. And John Regula, of course, going to Nazarene college down in Mount Union, and he's ready to head right back onto the basketball court and play some more basketball to keep his game and hone it, as if he needs to do too much to it. But wanted to get them on, but that's the best we'll do it. We'll just relay it to it, and we of course told them how much it's been enjoyable following them, and for all the people to see some of the memories that they have built.
Got a chance to talk to Bart, too, from Strasburg.
Yeah, asked him why he wears number 00, and he said that he and Tyler Dreher, one of the other Strasburg players, I think it was their sophomore year, just decided, let's pick stupid numbers. So they picked a 00, and he got it. And then I just asked him about the defense, and you know, he really takes pride in that defense with the blocks we saw him in the first half and the passing, and he says that's where it's all at for basketball as far as he's concerned. And so we wanted to give him a chance to defend his number and also talk about his strength.
You know, you look at the games that young man's played in. The football games, of course, they ran to the regional semis this past year. Got beat by a very good Newark Catholic team. They go to state his sophomore year. Get beat in the regional finals his junior year. Of course, an early exit this year, but playing a lot of big games for Strasburg High School.
And well, very athletic, as we've seen.
Yeah, first ever playoff or football victory. That's what you were talking about.
Exactly.
Gee. Well, 10-0 too.
Of course, this game here is. Well, it was a little bit out of hand, but now, oh my Lord!
Well,
how big is he?
Yeah, Mike Solvey from Malvern got a little hop. Somebody just took a charge in an all-star game. They might take his jersey away.
Wow.
I was going to say, I don't know if I'd ever get in front of Tyler Renner either, coming down court.
Oh, God bless him. Who is it? Check that number 23, Dustin Lucas from Carrollton. See, he's a well-coached player.
Well, and the thing about it is Tyler Renner has always played so much in control, you can't even think of him, making a charge. He's always been, like I said, so controlled.
Tim, I asked Don, and Don got my opinion, and of course you were right there along with us along tournament trail, and of course the season. I guess the memories or the things that stick out to you from the past season that we spent so much time covering.
Well, you know, we talked early on in the year about how the games early on, really, there weren't a lot of real exciting games, and some teams weren't as strong as others and so on, but as the season progressed and you saw the path some teams were taking, it just, you could see what was coming, and you could see the lights in the fans of certain schools' eyes lighten up, and to get the runs we had, and to see a young coach like Scott Pringle get so excited and to be able to take his team as far as he did, and then a Coach Bardall who was there last year, and to get his team to that next step, which was their main goal. What a satisfying year for certainly the fans of those schools, but if you're just a basketball fan, you've had to enjoy it.
Of course, this is almost my time of mourning after the NCAA tournament next weekend. I'll go into mourning, and I guess I'll just have to suffer through football season until we get back around to it.
And did see one Garaway fan who said, you know, what now? You know, it's like there's no more games.
You know,
it's a letdown.
And one thing I will say is over the past few years working in the media, I've become a growing high school baseball fan. So I'm planning on getting out and watching some of those. And of course, when you got talent around like Tyler Renner and the different players in the area, you can't do any wrong there.
Well, you know, Roger, this county is, our area is as well known for baseball. I mean, we've got a great heritage in baseball here.
Well,
and some good teams coming out again this year.
Yeah, well, you figure right here at Indian Valley, Dave Dionato, year in and year out, great ball clubs. You know, Philly, the last few years, has had some good teams. Garaway, of course, Phil Forsey does a great job there. There's the East now starting to get a little bit back into this.
Well, I was going to say a rare turnover, and then they give it right back. It's a 14-point West lead.
The East, by the way, had one practice as well and only had 6 of their players there. It's just tough in the spring to get all your guys out.
Especially with the nice weather we've been having.
Yeah, that's true. You have to take advantage when it's nice outside.
That one battled for and loose on the floor, and a nice job by John Michael Ray there, and they'll get a quick timeout by the head coach of the East, or one of them, Mike Sauterbeck from Beaver Local.
Well, yeah.
Need to learn it, and then it was even sorry to find out the results of what happened. But
You imagine you try that today, they
my.
burn the school down.
oh my, oh my. These guys still have the power to get up above the rim after this warm. It is warm in here, 3/4 plus.
Yeah, thank Indian Valley Athletic Director Bill Love and his staff for hosting this event. Is great idea, wrong pass.
Yep.
You think basketball's changing, though? Especially here in Tuscarawas County? I think the game is changing in a dramatic fashion. And some good, I think, and some bad, but it is definitely undergoing a change.
Now, in what way, Roger?
Bring those up.
Well, I think, number one, I think the games in this area are very, very low possession, very low tempo games.
Well, that's what I would.
Not even the IVC is fast paced. Oh my!
There you go.
There we go, Roosevelt. A little tea with our trumpets.
Yes.
But even the IVC has become a very deliberate style league now.
Well, I've noticed that myself over the last couple of years. I just think again the scores are going down. You mentioned Bob Von Kennel. I think people see the success Bob has. No one plays the control game better than Bob. No one milks the clock. No one takes the ball, takes the last shot of each quarter, for instance. Little things like that.
Do you think some of it? One of the coaches, Roger, you can remember which one it was. I had mentioned that, and it might have been Coach Bardell. I'm not that. To see teams from our area advance in tournaments, that defense is the way we have to do it sometimes, especially in the bigger schools because of the athleticism that they run into. Maybe not so much in Division IV.
Well, no, I do agree with you. I do think that definitely plays a role in it. And to me, I prefer the game maybe a little more tempo, a little more full court pressure, as Solvay buries that one. But the one thing I do think that I am seeing changing is Smith's going to get one there that is good for the game is I think there's more overall talent in the game now than there's ever been. I mean, there are kids today doing stuff that 15 years ago, if you'd have saw a kid doing that, you'd have proclaimed. The lead in my mind is here's a kid who is so good at the game of basketball, and not to say that he doesn't enjoy the game, but baseball is his passion. You just need to talk to him 2 minutes to realize baseball is his passion. But this kid is so good at this game, and I mean, it's not like there have been a bunch of bums play at Garaway. There have been a lot of good players come before him, and I think he's better than all of them.
He's going up again. We're down to a 9-point ball game, just in case anyone's interested.
They're getting it close, 72-63 at 3:07 to play, which is plenty of time. We saw the girls' game, if you watched that one, or we'll be watching it Saturday night at 9. It turned into a very close one at the end. We won't spoil it for you in case you haven't seen it.
How about that one from Caleb? That's from deep. It was, 18 at one point, I think, the West lead?
And Coach Pringle wanted, he talked about they wanted to score 100 points. If you talk about coaches that want to see guys go up and down the court, but they got stuck a little bit in the first half, so they didn't get off the way they wanted to.
Well, the East squad's going to go to the line and shoot, too, and have the opportunity to close the gap even more.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I had the privilege of watching Brookhaven down at State, and they, of course, lost to Division I to Moeller. But you want to talk about going up and down the floor. Those boys went up and down the floor.
Well, it's an 8-point ball game, and what we've seen here from the East is some full-court pressure.
He'll bury that.
Well,
three guys. McCoy comes away with it. McCoy had a nice year, too, for Coshocton.
He did.
I'll tell you what, East Liverpool, of course, where Roosevelt Curry's from, as Mike tries the three, doesn't get it to go. Smith puts it back up, and Mike right there.
Oh, it's a breakaway.
Got some speed.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was going to throw it off the backboard for him. I was saying to the sophomore that plays for East Liverpool, Scales, I believe Tim's his name. I think Scales was his name. He's going to be something to watch next couple of years. Battle for it, 10-point lead at the 2-minute mark.
But it kind of looks like the West has weathered the charge here. Boy, their shooting went a little bit south.
Tyler with the turnaround.
You know, this squad is just like the Garraway squad. When they need it, they go to Renner.
Tyler with, I think it was 1,681 points. Which
is that what he ended up with?
Career record by a lot. Having almost the whole season to tack on to the previous record. Uh-oh.
Now, did regular score over 1,000 for him? I put you on the spot there.
I don't believe so.
There's that one by Caleb Meyer from way downtown.
Yep.
And a minute to go in the ball game, and the West is going to win this one.
Well, yeah, they made their run.
Brent McCoy buries that one.
Here we go.
Or Josh, excuse me. Everybody, who wants to dunk now? Go ahead, go for it. Chris Miller says, I can't dunk it, but I can shoot this 17-footer all night long.
The runner just flicks away.
He's like a machine. Just count it 3 times.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll just count it 3 times.
They're collecting the most valuable player votes.
Yeah. Nice by Derek Smith there.
Yeah, here we go.
20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't even know if anybody wants to take the last shot. They're trying to.
I think I'm going to cry.
Yeah, there you go.
Season is about to end. It's been a run.
Yes, it has. They're going to throw it up for Mike, and Michael Jordan wouldn't have got that one. Rega throws it up, and the District 5 All-Star game has come to an end. 83-68, the West come out on top. We'll be right back with the final numbers and to let you know who our MVPs are, and to thank you all for tuning in this past season.
There is an alternative to nursing.